Well, hello guys. My name's Rusty here at Scoped Out, and joining me is Jake from TNVS. Jake, one of the suppliers of HIC Micro, and tonight is our our thermal night optics evening, thermal night vision, that sort of gear. So I've got a few guys outside checking some products out. Jake is here to let us all know about various products and bits and pieces. How are you?
Yeah, very well, Rusty.
Excellent. How you doing? Enjoying Adelaide for the first time?
Loving it. Good to get out of Sydney. It's been a while.
So what are we kicking off with first, Jake?
Kicking off with the HIC Micro Panther series, so thermal scopes with a laser rangefinder.
Nice.
Brilliant device. 4 different styles. So you've got two 384 pixel with a 35mm and 50mm lens, and two 640 pixel with a 35 and a 50mm lens.
Yeah, okay. So there's two big factors in that. You've got your pixel factors, which are your sensor size, we call it. And so obviously your bigger your sensor, the more clarity you get.
Correct.
From whatever you're looking at.
Much better image detail, much better clarity for that. So it makes identification of what you're looking at a lot more effective, especially over longer distances.
Yeah, very good. And then also you talked about two different sizes, 35 and 50.
Yep.
And that's the lens size. Now people will be familiar with a bigger lens on a normal optic, and that will generally create a bigger source of light at the rear of the scope, depending on magnification, other factors. What does it do in this sort of things? So
the bigger the lens, the further out you'll get in terms of your detection range. With that is a trade-off in field of view. So your smaller lens will give you a broader field of view and less detection. Larger lens, you'll see further out, but that will be a narrower field of view.
Very good. All right. Well, let's see how this plays, because we always like trying different things. So outside, I believe we have one of the thermals hooked up in a moment, which Josh is going to connect us into. So we're going to have a little look through the camera to show you guys what it's like out there at the moment. Now right now it's pretty light, so it's not a huge amount, but thermals are more and more popular to actually run during the day because you still get heat detection. You've noticed that more guys using them during the day?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, work perfectly fine during the day. It doesn't matter if it's nighttime or daytime. It will work better under cooler conditions, however, where the contrast in heat's going to be much more apparent.
Well, we're doing well tonight then because it is cold out there. So, Josh, can you throw us a quick little shot of what it is outside, what it's looking like? That is, there's Maxwell paying attention. That is what it's out like there. So it's reasonably bright, nothing too crazy. And then if we should be able to flick over to the thermal view. Now this will be a little bit smaller, but you'll see that that's looking down one of the cars down there. So we can see, Jake, if you can see that, we've got two vehicles there, and the one behind was the last one to come in. And we see that engine is a little bit darker on that mode.
That's right. And you'll see the same type of thing. If there's a vehicle that's been sitting out there, any object that's been sitting out in the sun, it'll maintain that heat and it'll really jump out on the thermal image.
And Josh, if you're out there, which I believe you're on your way, maybe see if Maxwell will walk his way down to the end. There he is. He's on the way, so we'll be able to see him pop up in the camera when he's a bit further away. Now, this one has a laser rangefinder in it as well.
Correct.
Now, is that enabled on this one? Because I know that sometimes you have to turn them on.
Good question.
That's
Not too sure on that one.
Okay.
If it is, you can control that through the app as it is streaming through at the moment. So
okay, no problems. Well, I'm gonna be rude and ask you to maybe jump out there with Josh, and let's make sure we can get that rangefinder on, so we can show how far away it is that we are checking out as well. And so Maxwell is down there. I'm going to incorrectly guess at maybe 80 meters down the end there. You guys will see that the detail on Maxwell's jacket, there, his hands, is actually quite good on this particular one. Now, this is the 50mm, and this is the higher sensor, the 640 sensor. So, Jake is out there on there, and being able to turn on the rangefinder in there. So, guys, if you've got any questions about this sort of stuff, please send them through, and we'll do our best to answer them. There's the rangefinder. So, the screen's a bit too far away for me to see the distance, but we make some adjustments and hopefully we can get so you see now there's a little aiming mark in the bottom there, and we will see, assuming there's nothing in the way, how far away that is. Josh, let us know if you do see a number appear there. What does that say?
81.
81. I called 80, so I'm pretty happy with that as a claim.
That's very close.
Yeah, done well. So this is on, well, we have 2 times power out there. So that's a little bit of magnification. They do wind through in digital zoom a little bit further as well. But at 80 meters, you get a lot of detail there. And obviously you can identify exactly what we're looking at. You can see the details on the cars. So these ones are really nice. Having that built-in laser rangefinder is fantastic. I'm sure that someone will be asking on pricing on these. So it's probably fair that we answer that one as well. So let me bring that up for the Panthers. We're going through some of the modes there. So that's red hot, that's now white hot, and and black hot on that one. And you will see as we cycle through those modes what they show. And a lot of that is personal preference, whether or not you you prefer one mode over the other. And that comes down to how you like your thermals. There you go, mate. Thanks for cycling through the modes as well. That worked well. And I guessed at 80 metres and it was 81. So
Yeah, not bad.
I won that one all right. So excellent. All right. It was just going to refer to some pricing. These will vary. The cheapest one sits around 4,800, going up to the 50mm in the PQ sensor, which is the higher sensor, at 7,500. So yeah. Any other stories to tell us about the Panthers at all?
Yeah, so with all the HIT Micro devices, as can be seen, they can all be streamed via Wi-Fi hotspot, and all of that is controllable through the app. So also a great device to have mounted up on your vehicle,
Of course.
stream down to a phone or tablet in the cab.
Good. And underneath here, you can take these out if you don't want to run it on a rifle, and you can you've got a quarter inch thread in there, and so you can put it up on pretty much any sort of mount.
Yeah, so
Standard sort of thing.
really handy. Obviously with that laser rangefinder as well, super effective at being able to tell distance. It can be quite difficult at night, or with any thermal gauging distance with base magnification and whatnot at play. So really effective feature, being able to utilise that.
And these ones take the replacement batteries, so you can swap them out when you run out of power.
That's right.
And any idea how long they last for?
Looking at about 3 to 4 hours, continually running with the 18650 batteries these come with.
Yeah, right, that's pretty good.
As with all of the HIT Micros as well, you can actually run them through a external battery pack. So $20 one that you buy from Kmart, Target, that will actually give it a good 6 hours additional runtime. So just putting it into the USB port there and finding a way to sort of tape it to the side of the device so it's not hanging around. Good way of being able to extend your time out in the field with these things.
Yeah, and if you do take that mount off, you can also bring it up as a spotter as well.
Correct.
It does work quite well as a handheld option. Yeah, no problems at all.
Yeah, so with the Panthers, you're looking at your PH35 and PH50. They're the 384 pixel thermal sensors. The 35mm lens has a 3 times power, or roughly 3 times power, with 4 times power roughly for the 50mm. So certainly great for smaller animals.
That's the base level power. So that's what, when they're showing 1 times on the screen, they're at 3 or 4.
Correct. They're base magnification. So really handy for smaller animals, foxes, bunnies, smaller varmint or critters. Really good at being able to get a nice close view of those animals, making identification a whole lot more easier. Yeah,
brilliant. Excellent. All right, guys. We've not got any questions this time around, which is no problems. We will keep an eye on that. And thanks for tuning in. We'll be back in probably about 35 minutes or so. We'll be having a look at, I think, the Psionic. So I've got the hat on. He's very jealous because I got a hat out of the US and he hasn't yet.
Yeah, still yet to get one of those.
Still yet to get one. Anyway, we'll be having a look at these. They're a beautiful little night vision camera that work really extremely well, sort of particularly through twilight. So anyway, stay tuned. We'll be back shortly. Cheers.
Cheers.